Okay, the 80-20 rule revisited. We've already talked about the 80-20 rule. Let's revisit it in regards to results. So we've taken some action and now we've gotten some results. So we want to analyze your results and, of course, determine the positives that produce most of your desired outcome. I just talked about this a minute ago. If you set something up to generate traffic, like let's say you created 20 different articles for your market and you submitted them, well, look at the results. Which one brought in the most traffic? There will be the 80-20 rule at play. Maybe a couple of those will bring in most of the traffic while the others will bring in very little or none at all. Well, here's a great example of applying the 80-20 rule. If you wrote these articles and you found that just a couple of them or a few of them produced a lot of traffic, well, now you can examine those and say, well, why did they bring in a lot of traffic? It's because the keywords they were targeted for had very little competition. Whatever the case is, now you can go and create 5 more articles very similarly related to the ones that brought in a lot of traffic, similar keywords, similar concepts, and it'll really help you maximize your results from writing articles in this example because those can bring in a lot more traffic because the other ones already did. So the 80-20 rule is incredibly powerful. If you do anything and get some results, you need to look and see what the 80-20 rule is. Here's another great example. If you have an online store and you're selling 50 different products, the odds are that just a few of them are bringing in 80% or more of the sales if you're making sales. So if you were to analyze your sales results and you see that just a few of these products, out of 50, are the ones actually bringing in most of the revenue, well, now you can make adjustments for your next wave of taking action based on maximizing this 80-20 rule. So a great example would be if you had this online store, you had 50 products that you sell, and then only 2 of them were bringing most of the revenue. Many of the other ones didn't bring any revenue at all or very little. Well, now what can you do in this example of going on that analysis and taking advantage of it? Well, you could set up separate landing pages and separate sites just to sell those 2 individual products, 2 different sites. Let's say you had one product. This is an easier example. You have one product out of 50 that brought in 80% of the sales. Well, you could set up a separate site for that one product, create marketing specific for that one product, create keyword campaigns and everything for that one product, write articles for that one product, do SEO for that one product, and you'll make a lot more money than you will trying to say, well, now that this one has sold well, I'm going to work on the marketing to get these other 49 products to sell better. It's much easier to apply the 80-20 rule and push harder where the results are already coming in. So there are a number of different ways you can apply this 80-20 rule, and I'm sure you're thinking of it now, or you'll start to think of it maybe later. But analyze your results, look for the positives that happened, and then figure out a way to get more of those positives by focusing more on what brought in most of the desired outcome.